Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're also going to talk about Zilliqa and why Zilliqa could possibly retrace down to almost like a 90% retracement. All right. So I know most traders they're extremely bullish on Zilliqa, but I was bullish on Zilliqa when Zilliqa was like a 50 to 60 sats, and I started being bearish just about like a 250 sats. Okay. Current price of Zilliqa just about 220. It went up to just about like a 300 sats. Right now it is back down to 200, and we could be seeing a massive retracement from Zilliqa. So if you're bullish on Zilliqa, you might want to stay tuned and basically watch the end of the video. Okay, so once again, BTC is about to see a massive also a bearish setup, even though we got a slightly bullish setup. As I warned you guys previously, if you're bullish on basically BTC, be cautious, because we got the 3-day MACD ready to cross over. As you can see, that's going to be our main topic, right? And our RSI, as you can see, like we got this bearish crossover, and I said it previously, be cautious. Do not let the bears get this crossover, because this crossover is not something like a something that is going to give you like a 10% drop, 15% drop. It could be worse than the drop we had back in like a 2020 March 2020, right? So let's keep that in mind. So we're going to dive into the analysis, and then we're going to talk about BTC, and then afterward we're going to talk about Zilliqa, right? All right, so BTC, what do we get right now? We're going to talk about the bearish setup. We had a nice bullish setup also, but it kind of faded away. All right, so we got an overall bearish setup. Okay, this is a flat correction. I told you multiple times, whenever you see a flat correction in your indicators, be cautious, especially on the 3-day chart, right? So it is not something like the bulls should be ignoring. Within the next few weeks, we could be seeing a massive retracement. As you know, BTC been going up since like mid-March. After the sell-off down to like a 3800, we've been experiencing like a big push to the upside, up to like a 10.5, right? So now what I'm looking for, at least for the short term, this drop could be slow, but at least for the short term, before we see any possible uptrend, we got to be able to get another bullish crossover. As of now, the bears most likely going to be pushing the price down, and this MACD already crossed negative, so that's not a good sign, at least for the short term. Another indication is like when you take a look at your RSI. I told you, like on the 2-day chart, not even on the 3-day chart, I showed you the RSI. We got this impulse move down, we got the flat correction, right? Just about like last week I told you we're going to be making this impulse move down. All right, so the impulse move to the downside is kind of slow, but it is coming. We got a slight double bottom, so let's see how it is going to be playing out. But at least for the short term, I'm looking at this move to be more aggressive within the next few days. It doesn't mean that's a 2-day chart. It doesn't mean the hourly, 2 hours, stuff like that can give us some spike to the upside, 95, 97 range. But the 2-day chart is extremely bearish. Another thing you just got to keep in mind, if you take a look at the 3-day chart, right, something like most bears, okay, paying attention to, but the bulls are ignoring, is like back in 2019, but last couple of months ago, right, you can see like this move we got to the downside. We did not have any sort of divergence, and we basically saw like a massive rejection from 10.5. But as of now, you can see like right now we're getting a divergence. Okay, so it is telling us the move could be the drop could be more severe, the move could be more aggressive. So this drop, we dropped nearly like over 70% drop, right? But without no divergence on our RSI. We only got like a bearish crossover on the 3-day chart. But as of now, we got a bearish crossover on the 3-day chart plus a divergence. So that is something very incredible. It is something like we as a if you're bullish or if you're bearish as a trader, you got to be able to keep in mind within the next few weeks, at least for the short term. As you know, BTC has not been giving us like a bullish uptrend over the last 3 summers, especially on September. Like I keep saying, every single September BTC is gonna crash. So we almost we're not there yet, but we could be crashing even before September. All right, so let's keep that in mind. So the bullish setup I see on BTC is like we got a flat correction, right? Without indicators. Okay, let's say we don't need any of our indicators, and you just trade BTC based on a trend line and you know, Elliott wave and all that good stuff. So we got a very impulse move to the upside, right? Now we got this corrective move. This corrective move could be considered to be a flat correction, just like the one we got back in June 2019, right? We got this flat correction right around this area, and I was like, this is extremely bullish. You can go back and watch any of my videos back in like June 2019, June 4th, June 5th, 6th, 7th. I was saying BTC, you know, the market is crashing, but BTC is calling for 11 and 12K. The price of BTC at that time was like 7K. Okay, so we called for this big pump to the upside. As of now, we can get the pump, but the good thing, the bad news is like we already got a bearish crossover on the 3-day chart. That's why I don't want to be too bullish on this MACD, on this you know, flat correction. But if the MACD you know decide to give us a bullish crossover within the next few days, we could anticipate a one-to-one extension of this move, okay, the previous uptrend, right? Let's say the bottom is just about like a 9K, and target could be like a 10, you know, 12.5, okay, within the next few weeks, if and only if we're gonna get the 3-day MACD you know, giving us a bullish crossover within the next few weeks, if and only if. Okay, beside that, we're most likely going to be dropping much lower, you know, at or below a 3K range, all right, within the next few weeks. That's a bullish setup. So if you're bullish, you still can wait, but if you're bearish, you got a very good chance to see like lower numbers for BTC. All right, now let's dive into the lower degree. The lower degree, as I said it previously, right, when BTC was just about this range, right, we said we're going to be looking for, you know, 0.618 to basically 0.786. We got that exactly. So we pump into the upside. What are we looking for? We know we're looking for this move to the upside, but we said the move might not be basically linear. It could be just giving you a choppy correction, a flag right there before pushing to the upside. In terms of directional move, it is still a three-way move. That's what we anticipated. It is, you know, basically this move to the upside. We're looking for up to 0.786, right? Up to 0.786 to 0.618. Not sure at what price level it is going to get rejected. So, but if you're looking for like a price, a target and a price setup, make sure to join our premium member. You know, link in the description. Join our Telegram group. All right. So we're looking for this move somewhere around here. Okay, for a possible rejection. All right. So we took a long position right around this area after this drop, just about like a 92.50, right? I took a, you know, we took a position at 92.50, and then we basically looking for another push to the upside, at least for the short term. All right. So the move could be invalidated. I showed you previously. The move can be invalidated if like we break a 9K. We could be making a falling wedge just like this. All right. So we could be making a wedge. That's an ugly one. Let's zoom out. So but do not be too bullish with this this possible wedge, because I showed you like when BTC was 6K, I was like, once we pump to 10K to 10.5, when we dropping, we could be dropping with a falling wedge. It is something like we talk about when BTC was right there 7K or something like that. Okay, so because one of the reasons why I said it, because back then, okay, back in the first pump to 10.5, most people were bullish about this wedge, and they've been calling for what, and you know, cup and handle. All right, they were like, oh, we're gonna get this cup and handle, we're gonna do a one-to-one extension and blah blah blah. I told you guys, it's not going to play. It's gonna be dropping to the downside, and then we're gonna see a capitulation. So same thing, the move, okay, the move we're looking for to the upside could be invalidated, right, if we get this move. I'm not even sure if BTC drop down to like 87, it is going to be able to push back up. I don't think it will. I also got another setup, but I don't want to make the video too long. But once we drop down, once we get this move invalidated and drop down to you know, 88 to 87, I'm gonna give you guys another update, because we got another setup which is extremely bearish in terms of moving averages. We should not be breaking like a, you know, 9K area at any given time within the next few weeks at all. All right. So if like we want to hit like a 12K range. So now let's move on to Zilliqa. Zilliqa is extremely bearish. As I was extremely bullish on Zilliqa, as you can see, first thing first, right? We got a three-way move on Zilliqa. Zilliqa BTC, you guys know this is a three-way move. So we're gonna get another pullback. So if you are basically still holding Zilliqa, you could still wait for a possible pushback up to like even 250 to 280 range. All right, a possible retracement to 0.618 to 0.786, but it is not going to be a 1000x move. If like we get a pullback from Zilliqa, most traders, analysts, most investors, they're going to be like, oh, Zilliqa going to be mooning and all that good stuff. It is not going anywhere. So as I said it when Zilliqa was right there. Okay, accumulate Zilliqa, just like I said about ICX and ADA when they were very, very low. I said clearly, accumulate ICX, Zilliqa, LISC. Okay, clearly. All right, accumulate them right there. So nano accumulate. So we pump to the upside almost like 500% pump versus BTC. It's no way that's sustainable. All right, so on a daily chart, another bearish setup you could be looking at is like whenever you're basically, I never talk about it, but when you see like your 100 EMA on your daily, okay, you know, more than like a 50%, all right, from your peak, it is just time to sell. Okay, like you can take a look at it. The price, the Zilliqa tapped out at like a 300 sats, right? You take a look at the 100 EMA. It was like just about like 100 sats. It was like 65% below, you know, the price peak. It means like that's unsustainable and price has to drop down. Right now we, you know, retesting the 21 EMA, so it is pretty valid to look for a possible, you know, retracement, break this resistance and retrace like up to like a 0.786, but it doesn't mean it is going to go to the moon. So if you're looking to get out of Zilliqa, you still got a chance to basically sell out like just about like 250 to 280 range within the next few days, at least for the short term. In terms of wave analysis, I think like Zilliqa coming back down going to be a good thing. As you can see, we got a on the macro scale, Zilliqa gave us a big three-way move pullback. As you can see, let's take a look at it on the weekly. On the weekly time frame, as you can see, it is cleanly a three-way move pullback. 1, 2, and then you got wave number 3 to the downside. Okay, ABC correction. And at the same time, you could say, oh, if we're going to be mooning, we could be expecting Zilliqa to give us this one to be like wave 1. Okay, wave 1, and then we could be looking for wave 2, like to drop all the way down, like almost like a, you know, 70 to 80% before we're gonna get, before like we retrace back up to like a wave 3, 4, and 5, and so on, right? So it is something like to keep in mind. It is not like I'm extremely like hating on Zilliqa. I'm bullish on Zilliqa like for the long term, but as of now, we already, you know, met all our criteria, because we got out like just about like a 250 on Zilliqa from like 60 sats. Okay, so we already hit like a June prices. As you know, if you've been following our channel, if price hits like a June prices, any alt, it is time to get out. Okay, it is time to get out. It is just like a secret I'm giving you. Zilliqa already hit our 250 June 242 250 range of June prices. As you can see, we could not even close above our exit point, like which was like a 240, right, on a weekly basis, 242. All right, so it is not looking good. Zilliqa is not looking good at all. All right, so that's all I wanted to cover for today. So if you're looking to get out of Zilliqa, you could be looking for another buy range, just about like a 70 to 100 sats. Current price is just about like a 222. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to hit the likes, join our public Telegram group. We got almost like 800 traders, and basically if you want to upgrade to my premium group, make sure to send me a message. I'm gonna send you the link to the Discord group so you can see our alt setup, you know, BTC trade setups and all that good stuff. All right, thanks a lot for watching.